This is a podcast about our lived experience, which unfortunately includes infant death and subsequent mental health struggles. Please take good care of yourself and only listen if this content feels safe for you right now. We'll still be here when you're ready.
Hi, I'm Judith.
And I'm Alina. We both lost babies to SIDS in winter 2021.
In the throes of grief, I reached out to a stranger on the internet and our friendship was born.
In the years since, we've been working hard to survive, rebuild, and navigate the continual challenges that have come our way, including divorce,
Job loss,
dating while bereaved,
moving multiple times,
health scares,
pregnancy and parenting a living child,
starting new jobs, and so much more.
We are tired.
Happily ever after is out of the question for us, but this podcast documents our journeys to happier ever after because we believe life after loss is worth living.
So join us as we laugh, cry until we laugh.
Welcome to As Long as I'm Living podcast.
We're so glad you're here.
Woofy, my hair is floofy.
Hello. Your hair is floofy.
I know.
Oh my God. That's quite a floofity floof.
I know. I've got a real floofy situation over here. Hold on. Let's get started.
Let's get started.
Okay,
So
today,
it's your birthday. Just kidding. It's not your birthday today, but when this episode comes out, it's going to be your birthday.
It's coming out on my birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. I
have your birthday present, but I haven't mailed it yet. So I have to make sure I do that before I leave for my honeymoon. Oh my God, your hair is insane.
I know. I'm actually wearing professional pants today, as in they have a button.
Why?
I don't know. Don't even ask.
That is a ridiculous decision. Hello.
Let's talk about birthdays. So my birthday is coming up. It's December 18th, and I don't like my birthday anymore. I used to like my birthday because I used to be a birthday person. You know, there are birthday people.
I used to be a birthday person too.
But
I was a birthday person also.
But can we talk about why there are some people who are birthday people and some people who are not birthday people? Like, it is mysterious to me.
Yeah, I agree. I was always somebody who, like, not only did I wasn't just like a birthday person for my birthday. Like, I was a birthday person for everyone's birthday. Like, I made a big deal out of people's birthdays. I baked cakes. I hung decorations. Like, in college, I used to decorate my friends' dorm room doors with, like, wrapping paper. Like, I was a birthday person. And then
I just did some Googling because I was so curious. And there's an article here it says, here's why you're either a birthday person or a birthday hater.
Ooh, tell us more.
Okay, it says there are countless factors that can impact our views on the day, either positively or negatively, from sibling birth order and the time of year that you were born to whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. For some, it can serve as a painful reminder of the passage of time. Oh, hey, bustle.com is nailing it. Or make them feel like they're falling behind. It's not uncommon to have mixed feelings about getting older, but there's no denying that the psychological landscape that separates birthday and non-birthday people is pretty vast.
I agree. That is so true. So both of us were birthday people before.
Mm-hmm. Apparently there's something called birthday blues. I just find it interesting.
I mean, I definitely have that. But I also would say, like, I think it's important context that we share that my birthday is 3 days before Quinn's death anniversary.
And my your birthday is 6 days after
Aiden's birthday. Yeah. So not only do we have the, like, difficulty of having a dead child in a birthday, which we'll get into, but also the actual days that our birthdays fall are related to other painful days on the calendar related to our son's.
I think that's true. I wonder if my birthday was in June, if I would feel differently about it. I think that there's something that bustle.com really nailed, which is I do feel like I'm falling behind in my peers. Like I'm looking around and seeing what and it's not uniform, and obviously I'm just looking at a small sample size, but you know, it's hard when I feel like I'm not where I should be in life. So the passage of time is a reminder of that.
I'm definitely feeling anxiety heading into so I'll be turning 33 in January next month. And I am definitely feeling shitty about turning 33 and not having a living child. Like, that just feels like so old And I know that so many people are older than 33 and don't have kids and want kids, but like to me, it just feels like so much older than when I wanted to become a parent. And it sucks. Like I'm going to be, what is 33? Is 33 your early 30s or your mid 30s? It kind of feels like my mid 30s.
It's your early 30s. It's your early 30s. 35 is your mid 30s.
It's the
you're
34,
in your early
35, 36. Yeah, okay. So it's technically still my early 30s. But let's be honest, like it's old. And I think that is a way that I feel like I'm falling behind. Maybe not my specific peers, because a lot of my friends don't want kids. But I do feel like I'm falling behind. And it's definitely like, even setting aside like external things I'm comparing myself to, I'm also comparing to what I wanted for my life. And I am going to be a much older mother than I wanted to. And so 33 feels just like old. Also, 33 was when Quinn died, I was 30. I had just turned 30. And I told myself, if I don't have a living child or a partner when I turn 33, I'm going to get knocked up with a sperm donor. That was my plan, was when I turned 33.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
I would. And I do have a partner and we have embryos, and like hopefully next year will be a year that, that we use those, but it definitely feels like a milestone birthday in a way that doesn't feel good. How do you feel about that? Like you're turning 32, right?
Hello? Alina? Hi. Am I back?
I'm here.
Am I back?
You're here. Yeah.
Okay.
How are you feeling about turning 32? You're turning 32, right?
Yes, I am. I think there's another component, which is that we talk a lot about having children on this podcast, and I feel like we need to adjust like the biological clock. That there is a clock, and I recently had like my blood taken to like look at my fertility hormones and like just have like a checkup, and like everything. Even though 32 is not old, like you see the passage of time and how it affects your hormone levels and your whatever. And I definitely feel that. So it's hard to turn 32. I just am sad. It's just not where I want to be. And the fact that it's right after Aiden's birthday, I always connect the two in my mind. So I don't like the way that feels, because it's like I'm still sad. It just doesn't feel like a happy time.
Yeah.
Feels like I'm managing a lot of emotions around that time.
It feels like a crappy time is what it feels
like. It feels like a crappy time, and I can't rest. Like, and I just don't feel like celebrating me. Like maybe part of it is that I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if my. I don't know.
There's always like people always say like,
I don't feel like I'm worth celebrating, because I do think I'm worth celebrating. Like I think that, but there's definitely like a component that just feels like it's I'm not happy when I like look at the reflection. I don't know if I'm maybe making sense. Like as I reflect on the past 32 years, like it doesn't feel really like something that's worth celebrating.
I wonder how much of our feelings about this are just like normal feelings that 32 and 33-year-olds feel about getting older, and how much is related to the death. Because I do think like your early 20s, your mid 20s, like getting another year older it's like your world is expanding, right? Like you're able to vote, and then you're able to drink, and then you're able to rent a car, and you're getting a job, and it's like getting older is like all very exciting stuff. And then at a certain point it starts to like drop off, and getting older is like, oh, my knees creak when I stand up, and it's like, oh, my hair is turning gray, and oh, I have to start using different makeup because it's settling in the fine lines on my face. So I think some of this that we're talking about is just like we're at that age where this starts to become difficult. But people always say there's that like incredibly irritating phrase that I'm guilty of saying in the past, which is, well, it's hard to get another year older, but it's better than the alternative.
Yes.
And like, I do believe that. That is true. It's better than being dead. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm also just like, I'm acutely aware of the possibility of being dead every day. And so like, I'm irritated by the reminder on this particular day. Like, I just want to be irritated about getting another year older without being reminded that I could be dead. It's like, I know I could be dead.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And I think that there's like a little piece of me that's like, oh, that like seems kind of nice.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing too. I'm reminded of when we interviewed Christine, Miranda's mom, who is older than us. Miranda was our age when she died, so Christine is definitely like, significantly older than us. And what Christine said was like, she looks at us and she's like, wow, you guys have a lot of years left to live with this loss. Yeah. And like, that is like really true. Like, there's this, it just feels like, wow, in the best case scenario, I have to live without my child for like, 40, 50 more years.
Yeah. Just the other day I texted you and I was like, oh, I went through all the cards that I got when Aiden died, and I went through his autopsy again. And just the other day I was dealing with it in that confrontational way where you're like looking at the death. I don't know my point. I was just saying that I'm still dealing with it. I'm still dealing from that loss. I also find that around birthdays, I'm like reflecting on like the year, 1 year past and 1 year ahead. I'm always like, where was I last year and where am I going to be next year? Always. That's just how I am. We're on anniversaries. Like my husband and I celebrated our 12-year dating anniversary this year. And we like went through every year what's like something we remember from that year. I'm just kind of like a reflective person, probably why I have a podcast. And, and I look at this past year and I'm like, oy. Yeah. I don't want to think about how far I've come this year. Like, I don't want to look back a year ago, and I don't know what a year from now looks like. So it's like, I don't really want to look ahead. So I think part of it is that I'm constantly trying and fighting to just stay in today and not be too hopeful and not be too sad. And so I'm just like hyper present. And I feel like this reminder of my birthday is like a reminder of things that could happen or this past year. And it like fights with this hyper presence.
Yes, that is so insightful. I think one of the like skills that grief counseling teaches you is you have to remain present, feel the feelings you're feeling right now, get through the day, just get through this minute. Like that's a skill that you have to like really practice when you're grieving, because life, if you zoom out and look at all you've lost, it's too hard to handle. So you really have to learn to be very present. And I agree with you, on your birthday, you naturally zoom out and it's like, whoa, holy shit.
Another thing is that people are texting you all day, happy birthday, wishing you health and joy and blah, 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 blah. And I feel uncomfortable because some of these people, like the last text they sent me was about, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Or I see that they haven't texted me in a year and I'm like, where have you been? Like, you did not do up for me at all. And now you're like texting me happy birthday. And then there are wishes, which is just like wishing you a healthy, beautiful year ahead. It's like, I'm just wishing to survive.
I have a dead kid. It ain't going to be happy and healthy.
Yes, that's kind of how it feels. So like all these messages are very triggering and I don't really have the energy to respond to them. And they're so optimistic and happy. And like they're meeting me in this moment where I'm sad and just like having a rough time. And so just like this constant barrage of like, happy birthday, love yous. It like, it hurts because it's like,
so here's another thing too. I have this thing about this specific phrase, happy birthday. I find the actual phrase happy birthday really challenging and triggering. And so I've had to figure out how to give other people birthday wishes without using the phrase happy birthday. So if you are a friend or a family member of mine and I have wished you a quote unquote happy birthday since Quinn died, I'm guessing you received a variation of the following. Hope you're having a great birthday today, or like something like, hope you're getting spoiled today for your birthday, or like I'll text them the next day and be like, hoping yesterday was a great birthday, but I do not do a year of positive birthday wishes. I do not do like happy, hoping it's happy. Like, that's just not a good phrase. Yeah. I think that when I think about my own birthday, the other thing that is really hard for me is that Quinn never got even one single birthday.
Yeah.
And it feels like gluttonous that I'm having 33 of them. Like,
That's
how greedy can human beings be that some people are like, oh, it was so sad. My mother died. She was 87. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure the loss is really sad, but it's not sad that you die when you're 87. Like, that's actually, like, again, the loss is sad. The grief is there, but it's not sad to die at 87. It is motherfucking tragic to die before your first birthday, before your second birthday,
Yeah.
before your third birthday. Like, that is fucked up and not supposed to happen. And so I sit here with my like decades of birthdays under my belt, and I'm like, why do I get so many of these and Quinn got none?
Yeah.
0. It's fucked, is what it is. It's
That's
fucked
an
up.
interesting observation that I'm just realizing now, that I take off work for Aiden's birthday, but I don't take off work for my birthday. Like, I think that's an interesting observation.
Yeah. I used to always, back when I was a birthday person, I always took my birthday off of work. And now I don't. And the reason is that I have to 3 days later take off Quinn's death anniversary. And I don't want to take off, like, I would have to take off the whole week because it's the 15th and the 18th.
No, I totally get it. I feel like part of it is like, I want to spend time with him on his birthday, but I don't really want to spend time with me on my birthday.
100%.
I don't really want to spend time with me on my birthday.
I feel like my birthday, this is so sad. Again, especially because you and I used to be birthday people, but I really feel like the goal for our birthdays since we've known each other, since Aiden and Quinn died, has just been like, get through the day.
100%.
Just get through the day.
Just get to the next day. I don't even want to think about it.
And I think I can imagine that people in my life, maybe not everybody in my life cares about celebrating me, but I do think some people in my life would like to celebrate me on my birthday. And I think it's hard that I'm like, nah, I reject your celebration, but it just like really doesn't feel like a celebratory day anymore. It really doesn't.
People would reach out to me and just say, like, you know, I don't mind if they say happy birthday, but I wish they would also say, I know it's bittersweet. Like, the passage of time is also hard. Like, I wish they would acknowledge it, but most, like, everybody just is so peppy that it's so hard. Like, I remember when Aiden first died, it was really hard to be at like weddings and happy occasions because it's just so complicated for me. And it feels like that. It's like everyone's celebrating a party and I'm like, you know, like, it's complicated.
It just feels like it's one of the occasions, one of the days of the year where there's just like a big fucking elephant in the room.
Yeah. You know, my husband's birthday comes first. His birthday's in September. And he this year didn't want to acknowledge his birthday at all. Like, at all. We didn't do gifts, but I planned like a special date. But he was never a birthday person.
That does not surprise me at all, knowing your husband.
One thing that's interesting is that I think he's become less of a birthday person too. Like, I think we both have decreased. And he wasn't a birthday person to start with, but now it's like his birthday puts him in a dark place. It's not like I don't like it. It's like I do not like, you know, it's a lot stronger of a negative place. Yeah. So I wonder if this is kind of a universal experience for everyone. Whether you're a birthday person or not a birthday person, there's a extra trigger around birthdays after your child has died.
Let's do a poll on Instagram stories this week.
I'm curious. I suspect everybody is less of a birthday person.
So I have a pro tip for you. If you are heading into, maybe this is just for my specific circumstances, but I'll just share what I did, which I think worked really well. So like I said, my birthday falls 3 days before Quinn's death anniversary. And my dad's birthday also falls just a couple of days before my birthday. So the first year, so when we were approaching Quinn's first death anniversary, I told my family, I am not doing my birthday. Do not wish me a happy birthday. Do not throw me a party. I do not want a cake. I'm not doing it. And my dad actually had the idea, which I loved, which was, why don't we celebrate our half birthdays this year? And I said, okay. So in July of 2022, we legitimately, like, full on celebrated our birthdays in July. We did a family dinner. We did the whole thing. My mom got me a couple of little presents in the July, which was farther away from Quinn's death anniversary. And it was a really good idea, and it really helped. And I don't know if that's just because I was further away from the death anniversary or because I had more time to heal or like what, but it did genuinely help to celebrate my half birthday that year instead.
Well, another thing I've done is last year for my birthday, it's on Hanukkah. My birthday is also around Hanukkah, which is like another thing. It's just a difficult time. But last year I had this someone that I'm friends with that had her birthday's on my birthday too. We have the same birthday. And I I told her, I said, can we do a joint birthday party? And she was like, I don't really like birthdays. And I was like, Rachel, I said, you have no choice. December's a really hard time for me because it's Aiden's birthday, and this will make me happy. And so I don't want to do my birthday party alone. It's very hard for me. So you must do this birthday party with me. And poor Rachel, who didn't even want a birthday. I threw us a birthday party together. We're not even close friends. I mean, we're friends, but I basically just forced her to do this with me. And it helped to throw it because in my mind, it was her birthday. I was doing it for her. And I'll throw anyone a birthday. I happen to be that kind of birthday. I'm just a party person. So I'm happy to throw anyone anything, just not me. And so that worked last year. But this year, I don't feel like I don't really want to do that. So I don't really want to throw a joint birthday party for me and Rachel because I don't know. I'm really having a hard time. December is a very difficult time for me. I don't like to think about it. I just want the days to end.
And I mean, you and I, we both have this close to New Year's birthday too. So I wonder if that also, because for me, it's definitely a time of reflection of the past year because it's my birthday and New Year's. Every single person not every single person, but it's just a time of reflection in general. And so like we were saying earlier, it's you just zoom out and it's a burning wreckage of a life. Why would I want to celebrate that?
I know, but we just celebrated Thanksgiving, and I did have a moment on Thanksgiving where I felt really happy. I felt hopeful. I was wow, the relationships with my family have seen so much progress. Maybe other areas of my life can see progress too. I'm just putting it out there because I think let's just put it out there that it is possible that in 5 years, maybe we will feel differently.
Yeah.
Doubtful, but maybe.
Yeah. I actually think it's not doubtful. I think it's pretty likely that I'm going to put this out there right now. In 5 years, I think we can be birthday people again. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
It'll always be by Aiden's birthday, and Aiden's
That's
birthday
true. It'll always be around Quinn's death anniversary. That is so true. I'll also say Kaylee's birthday was also ruined in air quotes. Quinn's other parents' birthday was also ruined because her birthday falls 3 days before his birthday, and so my birthday falls 3 days before his death anniversary. It's this weird bookend. Even weirder, I found out I was pregnant with him on my birthday, and he was due on Kaylee's birthday.
That's crazy.
I know. It's such a coincidence. Just coincidence after coincidence.
Another thing is that because it's Aiden's birthday, it feels like it's the beginning of Aiden's season, which is just a difficult time in general. So it's I'm entering this difficult season. I also think about it because I think about the year he was born. This is so interesting. Okay, so he was born December 12th. My birthday's a few days later. And that first birthday, I was turning 30. Okay, so that is a fun birthday. And I remember not celebrating it very much. My mom got me a thing of balloons, but I just had a baby a few days before. And so the whole focus was on him. My day didn't really matter anymore. It's almost like when you become a parent, you're not the main character anymore. Your kid is. And so there's this very natural transition that happens just because we're mothers, where it's my birthday doesn't matter anymore. I'm not the main character. My kid is, and their birthday matters. I'll celebrate them, but who cares about me? I kind of feel that way when I think about shopping for my daughter. I'll spend a lot more money on her clothes than I spend on my clothes because it just is what it's like to be a parent. So part of me is maybe this is just a natural transition to being a parent. Even when Aiden was alive for my first birthday, I almost didn't notice it because I was so busy celebrating him. I do think though that if he had been alive, it just would have been a really happy time. We would have just had my birthday and his birthday party.
Hanukkah would have been a blast in your household.
And we would have had our birthday parties together. But because he died, he now has a birthday party that's all for himself, and I do nothing for me because it just feels weird to combine the two.
I am thinking as we're talking about this, both of us are really lucky in one specific way, which is that we did get one of our birthdays with our boys. Just by coincidence, Aiden happened to be born early, right before your birthday. So you got that with him, and Quinn happened to live just 3 days long enough that he was around for my birthday when I turned 30. We both had them for our 30th birthdays. Is that right?
You know what? I must have turned 20.
You were turning 29. That wasn't right.
Must have, I don't remember anymore, but I must have been, yeah, because I remember I really wanted to have my first when I was 28. And I remember being so happy that he came like 2 or whatever weeks early, because I was like, oh, I had my first at 28, even though like it was so dumb because I turned 29 a few days later. And that whole schedule got screwed up anyway, because it doesn't matter, because I had my first at 28 and my second at who cares what. And then, you know, nothing is what I wanted, and the rest is history. Exactly. But I did have my first at 28.
Good job.
Thank you.
Well, happy birthday to you, Judith. Wishing you a lovely birthday today.
When you said it's your birthday,
it is your birthday, period.
My nephew, I don't know what he was turning. Maybe he was turning 1.
He was turning 1. Yeah, it was a hard birthday for you.
It was right after, it was on, you know, Aiden had died before, and so it's very difficult for me. So his first birthday.
Yeah, and just for clarity's sake, so this is your nephew who would be the same age as Aiden.
Yeah. And he turned 1. Obviously, Aiden didn't, and it was his birthday, and I sent him a gift. This is such a funny story. Okay, so I asked a friend of mine. I was like, "What do I get this boy? Because I don't know what 1-year-olds want." And she sent me a link to some toy like that makes noise and whatever, and I bought it. But then I couldn't say happy birthday because that just really hurt for some reason. So remember, I wrote, "It's your birthday." It's your birthday. And then this is the funny thing, that my sister and her husband just brought that gift back to my house, and they were like, "It's so annoying. It makes such an annoying noise. We don't want it anymore." Bring that gift back to me.
Well, Judith, it is your birthday.
It is my birthday. So it's a birthday to me. And Christina Aguilera, Brad Pitt, and my friend Rachel. Wishing them all a birthday.
Love it.
To all of our wonderful new friends, we want to hear from you. Email us at aslongasimlivingpodcast@gmail.com and follow us on Instagram at aslongasimlivingpodcast. We'll get back to you as soon as our grieving brains allow.
Yay!